Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 13 of the Manchester United career mode here for season 2 on FC 26. We should find out very soon if we do get European Conference League football, but we don't actually know yet, so we will find out. In here it says we got win the Cup, UEFA Europa League. So it looks like we did get Europa League. We did get European football from what this is saying. And it says win the Cup again for the FA Cup. And win the Prem. We'll finish in a UEFA Champions League place, which is top 4, I believe. Let's have a look. It would be... yeah, it would be top 4. It'd be 2nd, 3rd or 4th. But in the transfer window we will have 144 million to spend. 144 to spend and 2.7 million on the transfer stuff. As I'm seeing here, there's a really good left mid I may look at. Lewis Miley could be a good player to bring in as well. Van der Ven would be good next to Tapsoba. Alex Scott. Oscar Bob as well. If we lose, and Bremel. So De Gea wants to leave, so we're gonna have to let him go, which means Kelleher or Onana will become our number 1 keeper. Vitek, I'm gonna let him leave now. I'll let Harrison leave too. Leon, send him back on loan. Then you got Antoine, who will be our starting left back. We've got these two. He'll be our backup. So Amas is going to go on loan, as he is going to go into Brighton on loan very soon. Aiden Heavens come back, but it's still not good enough to get to the squad. I think I'm going to sell De Ligt now and make the Quats and Tapsoba starting centre backs just for now. That these two go on loan. Mazzarola is here. Van Eyck's back on loan, back from loan. So I'm going to just keep them two. Ogune, I'm going to let him go now. He's not good enough. Collier, let him go back out on loan. Same with these two here. We've got Rashford and Sancho back now, so I think I will try and use them at some point. Ennis is here, so I'm going to let him go back on loan. Ruiz is our backup. Gore can go on loan. Morehouse as well. Mainu is starting to improve now, so that's good to see. Send Azibida out on loan too. And then Wheatley and Kanabiyik. Same, and Hoyland is never going to really get good enough, so I believe I'm going to sell him. And Seshko's going to be joining Sporting CP for 65 million very soon, so that's fine. But there we go. So there's a bunch of players I do want to bring in, such as, I mean, as one of our main backups, right? The centre back that I put on the list earlier is the guy I want to bring in, and that's Van der Ven next to Tapsoba. And then midfield wise, I would like Florentino in, or Archie Gray and Anderson. Yeah, I mean, I could go crazy and bring in Chukwueze and Marlon. I definitely want to try and get Marley in, but other than that, Fofana and Jai maybe, Diallo possibly, depending on what he's worth. But yeah, let's fast forward a little bit, get some of that money in from Seshko's selling, which he has gone now. There'll be a bunch of messages to go through, which we will just quickly reply to. There we go. Email wise, Sesko departs for 65 mil, that's fine then, and Amas goes on loan to Brighton. And that puts our budget up to 202 million plus a 3.8 million weekly budget, which means our wage is sitting okay, I guess. But let's see who decides they want to actually. I mean, I'm really tempted to get rid of Cunha, since this last season he was awful for us. I don't think he even scored a goal for us last season. So I think I'm going to let him go. Bring a player who's got actual pace down that wing, a younger player. But there's our first offers. For two players that I don't want to get rid of, such as Hume and Robinson. And I mean, that player looks good, but it's not good enough for Manchester United, so that's a rejected offer. And Antoine's going absolutely nowhere. Right. Offer for De Gea, you know. Plus, he does want to leave. So if I can get if I could get like 10 million out of him, then I'll happily let him go, because 10 million would be a very good price. So let's see if we can get 10 mil out of him. Start it off at 10. Okay, 8.1. Let's go 9.5. Okay, 9.1. I'm happy with that. I'll let him go for that. Since we have Onana and Keller here, I'm happy to let him go. He came in last season to help us out get European football, and he did do that. We got European football, as we are Europa League now. Apparently to the objective as well, Europa League, so not too sure if that's actually true, but we'll find out. Two more offers here. Another for Hume, a guy who I'm not letting go whatsoever. I want him to stay here and improve for us, as he's only 24. Leicester City would like Ethan Wheatley on loan. I'll be happy to let him go there. We're just waiting for these to come back, and then we'll think about who we're bringing in. I mean, since we're thinking about letting Cunha go, I could start Sancho, if I'm being honest. I'm happy to let Vitek go. I'm not really asked about how much. Williams, yep, that's fine. He can go to Stoke on loan. But an offer for Mazraoui by Celta Vigo. Absolutely not. He was our starting right back last season, and he actually smashed it for us down that right hand side with Mbeumo. But De Gea, after 1 year here, wanted to leave, so we thought, you know what, we'll let you go. You did well for us last season, got us into Europe, so that's pretty much all I asked of him. Help us get to Europe, and he did that. So I'm happy to let him go. Sad to see him go, but I'm happy to let him go. Now this is a big offer by Arsenal. I'm happy, yep, Ethan can go. But this offer by Arsenal for Cunha, I'm going to have to try and get a little bit more out of them. That's 60, 70. But Arsenal have come for him, and I'm happy to let him. I said I was going to let him go, so 70 mil. Okay, 64. If you can do 65 million, you can have him. Nice. Cunha is off to Arsenal. It didn't do as well as we wanted him to last season, but we're letting him go, and we'll see him off. Since we are going to let him go, we will have Sancho back into the squad, and I'm pretty sure we've got Rashford back. Yes, we do. So he can go back up to there. Rashford will be the benchman. We are going to be getting rid of Højlund soon, hopefully, so that's fine. I am in the comments also. Let me know if I should be starting Onana or Kelleher, as they're both 80 rated, so I'm not too sure which one I would be putting in as the main keeper. Brighton would like to buy Højlund, and I'm going to let them do it. 25.8 is literally 100k more than what we could get, so I'm happy to let him go for that. That's fine as well. So's that 2-year loan at Legia Warszawa. These are nearly done. 5 more day advance, and we should have all our scout reports back for those players. As Cunha leaves to go to a Champions League team in Arsenal, that's okay. We've got Sancho there. We are going to be bringing in a few other players who should have better pace than him. But yeah, he's off to Arsenal. Enzo Cannabiyek is wanted by Preston too. Actually be happy to let him go there for 2 years. So we'll see if he wants to go there or not, or where he decides to go. Poland or England, doesn't really matter to me. As I believe that's that 23-year-old keeper. Ethan Wheatley's off on loan to Leicester City. Yeah, that's Vitek off to Feyenoord for 5.6 mil. And all these players that have gone so far, right, should give us a decent bit of money now. So we do have a current budget of 279 million with a 5.4 million weekly budget, which is for the wages, and I'm happy with that. We've cut our wage cut by 9 million so far, so that's okay to see. We've got a decent budget there now. As the latest wanted by Liverpool was, did we put him on the thing? Yes, we did. I will let him go, but not to Liverpool, as they're one of our main rivals for this season, I'd say. So not to Liverpool. But I will let Aiden Heaven go on loan to Bournemouth for 2 years, just to build his stuff up, as he'll come back as a 21-year-old, hopefully around 82 rated. But there goes Højlund off to Brighton for a lot more than what he's worth. 100k more than what we could have got for him, so that's good to see. I'm happy to let Habib go, because he's never going to get better than what he is, and that's fine as well. But once we get closer to that pre-season tournament invite, Ethan Williams goes on loan to Stoke City for a year. But as we get closer, we should start to get the scout reports back from the other teams. I want him to go to one club, so I'm just going to let him go to any. Girona would like Leon on loan. That's okay as well, as in 19. But one more day and we should have Oscar Bob's scout report back, so we'll see him that one day. And there we go. Eli Harrison wanted by Bottosani, and I'm happy to let him go to whatever club he decides to go on loan on. But Oscar Bob's thing is back now, so now we can think about who we want to bring in. I mean, this Fofana looks really good at Liverpool. I mean, that physical looks really good. 92 acceleration, 91 sprint, speed, agility 91 and balance at 89. That's really good for a player. Right, Van de Ven. He's not that much actually, considering how good he is. He's got 90 pace at 6'4", which is insane to think about. He's a player I want and he's a player I need. So as our first signing, we are going to bring in Mickey Van de Ven. I'm guessing they're going to want more than what he's worth, so I'll start it off at 40. They were like 43.1. I'll happily do that if you bring it down to 43 and you take the sell-on clause off. I should be happy with that, and they are happy with that. Contract rise, he definitely is going to be crucial. This is the long side taps over. Definitely crucial. I would like him for 5 years if he accepts that. Nice. Yeah, no release clause, and I may honestly match what he's got at Spurs and then give him 200 sign-on bonus. Hopefully that's enough for him. It is. So welcome to Manchester United, Mickey Van de Ven. I'm not really happy about the numbers being given, so we will have to change that. But here is our first signing of season 2, as Mickey Van de Ven will become our main starting centre back, as he's millions times better than De Ligt. He's younger as well, so he's going to have that stamina that we want. But there we go. There he is, Mickey Van de Ven. I mean, the other player I wanted, right? He's on. Hang on, let me go to here. Squad hub, change his number. He will be given the number 4, as we are trying to get De Ligt to leave. And I'm gonna make Kelleher on number 1 keeper, as he's younger than Onana, and I feel like the younger keeper who has more chance of getting better should be the guy that is the starting keeper. So Kelleher will be the guy we use as our starting keeper. Honestly, I could bring in a new centre mid to make us a little bit stronger there though. But for now I think I'm happy to keep it as it is until we've sold a few more players. As one of our loan players leaves to go to Preston for 2 years, so he should come back a really good player. But also what I'm going to do is get a couple of youth players in to send out on loan. So Pina as well, send this goalkeeper out, and this keeper and DU, keep those there. Let's send them out. Send those boys on loan to 2 Ukrainian keepers, And then where are they? There's one of them. There's Pina, the guy that looks really good. And then there's another guy further down here who's a CM. This is a Sissoko guy who looks really good as well. Azevedo's the guy we're mainly looking at. DU could be good if he gets a good long place out there. But yeah, I think we can bring in a new striker as a replacement for Højlund and Seško, and definitely a new centre mid, but I'm not too sure who that will be yet. But as the striker, I honestly think Matthias Tell, maybe. Let's have a look at the who we could bring in from England. Evan Ferguson, I mean, he's shown great potential at 21, so I would happily buy him. I mean, same with Fofana, he looks pretty good out there at Chelsea. Olokade down in Wolves is probably not the best place for a guy who probably would want European football. Madueke, I mean, he's probably good enough, but he probably doesn't really get the game time he wants. Naipen is an exciting 19-year-old who I would happily bring in from Manchester City, and same goes with Milambo. And here, Camuso, Oscan. I mean, literally a lot of these players here I could bring in for sure. Arthur, Nelson. But yeah, let's continue on. 7. We've got a bunch of offers in here now. So they're offering us 44.1 for De Ligt from Chelsea. I'm going to accept that. I'm going to accept it. Yep, he could go to Bournemouth, Azevedo, to either one of these clubs. But I would happily let him go to Coventry more. Sure, that's fine as well. And that's okay. I want this guy to leave as well because he's young. He's also not improving that much. So I think him going to would be a good idea. These players are in, so let them go on loan. As more teams are coming in for this young lad, I want him to go Girona, because Girona would be good for him. But for pre-season tournament, I don't think we need to take part this time. So I'm going to actually reject it. Because I feel like we don't need to actually do it. Right. Yep. Definitely get him out on loan for 2 years at St. Pauli, Germany. It's a good place to go for him. Also accept that from Al Nassr for Diego Leon. But our first game will be the FA Cup Community Shield against Liverpool, because we won the FA Cup and they won the Premier League. De Ligt will leave to Chelsea and Aiden Heaven will go to Bournemouth for 2 years on loan, so he should come back at least 80 rated, which would be good. De Ligt is off to Chelsea, so that's some big money coming back. Guilherme Azevedo, the young kid, that young left winger who looks really good, will probably come back as a really good looking player. At least 82, surely, right? I'll be happy if he comes back around 74, 75 rated. Yavorenko, you know what? Fine actually. We've got too many keepers, so that's fine. What's Fredrickson saying? He wants his wages a bit more. Tell you what, we'll do it. We'll give you more wage. There you go. But I still want you to go on loan, young man. Right, academy wise, let's go do this. I definitely want more English players in, so let's go to England. But I want them to be, you know, more defensive. So let's go for that defensive young Englishman. Asia. Let's bring in some Japanese CMs, CAMs and CDMs. And to be honest, right, I want to go to Africa and bring in a Nigerian striker slash CAM. So let's see what we can bring in from there. And there we go. Hopefully we get some decent players from these countries. Let's find out. Right. 20 days to go till the Community Shield, as Diego Leon leaves to join Girona on loan for 2 years. I'm surprised he picked Girona over Al Nassr, to be honest. So now it's just down to the youngsters. Let him go to Cardiff. He can go St. Pauli. That's fine as well. Kelleher is going absolutely nowhere since he's on main number 1 now. So the player that I did say I needed was Florentino, and I'm pretty sure you could get him on loan. You could get him on loan at that one point. But I think Orwell Kader, I mean, is as a backup striker, I think he's the best choice. So I'm gonna go for Orwell Kader. For the backup for Ronaldo. And Zertsky's going to be the main guy as well as a backup too. So 32 let's start off with. They want 46.7. Okay. I think 35.5 is a slightly better push-up deal. They still want 46.7. Okay, let's go just straight up 40. They want 45 now. Can we get you down to 42.5? We've got the money to do this, so hopefully that's a better deal. We'll take some time to think about this. Okay, so they're going to stall it for now. Okay, that's fine. We'll give them time to think about it then. Right, let's go into that CM that I want. You might be a little bit surprised that I want this Naipan guy, but I also would like Milambo, so we'll give it 4 more days and then we'll think about bringing him in. Right, let's negotiate again as they've come back. Okay, it actually accepted the 42.5, so we'll counter that and we'll give him important. I want him for 5 years for when Ronaldo leaves us. Yep. I think 75k is good enough for a player like him. And I'm going to give him 130k as a sign-on. And he's happy, so welcome Orwell Kader to Manchester United. He will take the number 9, and I'm happy with that since he's a striker. Tuluwasi Orwell Kader. Good player, as he will be put on the bench as the backup striker. I don't want Hugil there. I would rather have Van Eyck on the bench. Actually, no, maybe not. We need a new left back. Oh, Wolf's there. There he is. But I'm happy with that. I did say I need a new left back, so let's go look at who we've got. I mean, we've got Raum, 28-year-old, 83 rated. We've got Nathaniel Brown at 23. I mean, stats wise, he's got decent pace on him, decent ball control and dribbling, and slide tackling. What's his balance at? 82. Agility 85. You know what? I think I'm going to bring him in. We're bringing in Nathaniel Brown from Frankfurt, right? I'm just going to go straight in, but 30 mil deal. I think they'll be happy with that, and they are. Right, let's go look at that CM we wanted. Maybe they can. We'll have to wait 3 more days for that to come back, so let's just get Nathaniel Brown in. Also do some more deals, let that happen. There we go. Right, let's sim forward a little bit. Pina Ogbeni, I need him to go, so hopefully someone gets him. Pina to Bristol City, that's fine as well. I won't be able to bring in Brown until some players have gone on loan. So there goes Yakovenko to Sevilla for 930k. That's a decent deal for them. Does that mean we can get Nathaniel in? It does. He's a left back and left mid, so he could be good for us either way. Rotation, I would like him to be. He wants importance, so that's fine. 4 years. I don't want him. I want him to at least be here until other players start to get too old. 30k plus a 120 sign on. Okay. He's offended by it. Right, okay. Oh, he wants wages now. Yeah. That's fine. 3 years is fine as well. There we go. Let's advance a little bit more. As Diu, no, it's Sissoko, goes on loan for 2 years to St. Pauli. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that lad, just because he looks really good. He had that potential thing as well. So, since we are trying to get a new left back in, I am gonna let Wolf go on loan. Actually, I'm gonna do the loan to buy option. Let that happen. I mean, I'm happy to let this guy go to any English club. I'm happy with that as well. Ethan, that's fine. Don't particularly want him anymore. Since we couldn't get Nathaniel Brown in, I'm gonna go for this older player in David Raum. So let's do that. I think the best deal for us here is to go about 24, 25. So let's start it off with 24 mil. And they want Rashford. That's a big no. So we'll go 25.8. And they're happy with it. And I believe we can look at that CM now. Those 2 CMs that we would like. Malambo 76 rated. Sadiq, oh, we could get Sadiq, £9.72. I may bring him in as a future prospect. But I think the best guy we could bring in is Habib Diarra. So I'm going to go for Habib Diarra from Sunderland. 25 mil. Should be perfect, as they want the clocks. Okay. We'll go 30. And they're happy with it. There should be some Brentford players, as I'm pretty sure Brentford got relegated. So if there's some Brentford players, then we're going to try and get loads in, because there should be some Brentford players that shouldn't be playing where they are. Let's have a look in standings, Premier League. Yeah, I mean Wrexham's there now. West Brom. Yeah, Brentford was relegated last season. So some of the players that they had definitely need to come back to this league. So let's go grab them. So let's go grab who we can. See, look, Brentford. Let's go grab some of the players that went down. I mean, players such as Arter, Hickey. I mean, Lewis Potter's a good player. He should be down there. Van den Berg shouldn't be there. I mean, Carvalho shouldn't be there. So many players that have gone down with these shouldn't be there. I mean, Henderson shouldn't. Like, Jensen shouldn't. Janelt shouldn't. Oyenko shouldn't. He definitely shouldn't. Pert Harris shouldn't. He shouldn't. Katara. Trevitt. And Sade shouldn't be down there. I mean, in here, he shouldn't be down there. He shouldn't be down there. He shouldn't be down there as well. Jesus. So many players in that Brentford squad went down, and my God, some of the players they have shouldn't be in the Championship. I mean, Burnley players shouldn't too. Such as Amdouni, Broya, Anthony, Hannibal for sure. I mean, Marcus Edwards and Koleosho. Yeah, definitely this guy. Ramsey shouldn't be there. Chukwu shouldn't be there either. Here, Steve for sure. Then definitely Perez. Sony. I mean, Chuanzebe, Walker, Worrell. Some of these players that have gone down. Some of these really good players that have gone down with this team shouldn't be where they are. But that's what happens when football teams get relegated. Some really good players go down with them. And that's what happens. So, yeah. But as we get closer to the FA Community Shield, which will start the next video, I think, yeah, well, I will start the video with the FA Community Shield, as Dio will go on loan to Cardiff. We are still trying to get rid of Harrison, but let's get these two players in. David Room and Habib Diarra. So for Room, rotation for sure. He wants important, that's fine. 3 years should be okay. Yep, I'm happy with that as well. I think 65 is enough, plus a 130 sign on. I think he's happy with that. He is. Welcome, David Rome. But I've got to let a few more players leave to get Diarra in. There we go. Pina goes on loan to Bristol City. Mainu has got better now. Harrison's still wanted by so many other clubs. Let Fridgetson go on loan to Ipswich. We need to try and get Habib in as soon as possible. So we need players to leave to bring him in. There we go. No. Yep. And he's also... That's accepted for sure. He's wanted by Leicester now as well. Two pretty good championship teams. Collier is wanted by Galatasaray on loan, so that's fine as well. 2-year loan. So, Wolf goes on loan to Crystal Palace. Harrison has been finally sold to Sassuolo. So hopefully this means we can get Habib in. It does. Nice. He's definitely a rotation player though. That's fine. 5 years. No release clause. Definitely not that. 50k plus a... You know what? 150 sign on. He wants a bit more. No bonus. We'll give him 70 grand to bring that back down. 200. That should be a bit better. He's happy with it. So welcome Habib Diarra. There we go. Habib Diarra is here. So let's sort all this out here. Diarra and I'm not going to be using Ruiz as much anymore now, so that's fine. I'll happily let him sit on the reserves because I will be playing him at some point. Yep. There we go. There's our team. So I think that's looking okay for now. If we do get rid of Zirkzee, I will have to think about the new striker we want to bring in. I know who I would want, and that's Colin Mooney, just because of that pace he has. But yeah, I'm happy with that. But let's sort out Aljo Free's wages, as he would like a bit more money. That's okay though. There you go. 5 more offers here. 1 for Mazzuari. That's fine. Yep, that's fine. Solves that. And for the Mazzuari deal, it's not going to happen. Email wise, this is just a bunch of stuff that's happened since we've been bringing players in. But there we go. So guys, we will leave it here for today. I believe that's Fridgetson gone on loan. But yeah, if you did like this video and want to see that FA Cup Community Shield a lot earlier than usual, literally like 5 hours after this video comes out, let me know down below and I will do that for you guys. But yeah, Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.